My name is Taylor Green. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
My name is Rhys Barber. I'm the other audiologist here at Audiology Associates. Now, we've got a bit of a split one. This one, first one's mine, second one's Taylor. Make sure you stay tuned for the second one. I got to be honest, Taylor's is a little bit better than mine. All right, it's a good one to watch. So this one here, dry skin. Now, they're both skin issues in the two videos today. So this one, first one here, you can see is this ring of skin around the outside edge of the ear canal. This is the lateral portion of the ear canal, that outermost portion of the ear canal. This part of the ear canal is actually surrounded by cartilage, so there's a little bit more flexibility here, there's a bit more give to the skin. It's not quite as sensitive as the deeper part, but you can really see this thick layer of skin and wax.
So I was like really focused on that. Excuse my facial expression. Sorry guys. I was like
you can see it really kind of pulling away.
Yeah.
And when you look beyond it, you can see there's no sort of wax mixed in with that skin further back. So it's just got to this outer section and really dried out. You know, it's become quite keratinous. A lot of that keratin drying that skin out, hardening it up, and it's formed this ring around the outside edge.
So this patient, I can imagine, wasn't having any issues with the hearing side of things.
Yeah, good point. It's not so much because there was a nice big hole right in the middle. What was happening, this patient was having more difficulty first thing in the morning when they woke up, and we talked about this cartilaginous portion, the outer portion, the lateral portion of the ear canal there. When a person lays on their ear, that particular portion, like we said, has some give. So what we'll do is flatten a little bit. Well, that skin was quite sticky with the bits of wax stuck to it, so those two pieces were sticking together, and because the skin was mobile and able to come away from the canal walls, they were sticking together quite effectively and really blocking our patient up first thing in the morning.
Yeah, they can be quite tricky to remove these. Like they just get stuck everywhere.
Oh, they do.
It's just
my favourite ones are where they've dried that a little bit more, and then you just get a grip, and it comes out like a donut.
The whole thing
comes away really easily. They're really lovely ones to do. I've switched down here to the fine end, and I've introduced some olive oil. Now, both of those things are going to help with this drier epithelial layer that's come away here, this surface layer of skin. You can see there with the olive oil, it's just softened everything just a little bit. If you imagine having some tough old leather and putting a bit of oil on there just to give it a bit more flexibility, that's the kind of thing we're doing here. And I'm using that technique where we drop over the top of the skin and pull backwards with the suction tube with this fine end. That's going to help it to detach without the risk of sort of lifting it and making it run almost all the way down, which may cause a little bit of sort of surface bleeding there in the ear canal.
And it's more comfortable.
It's a lot more comfortable for the patient. Yeah, much more comfortable. So you can see a massive difference.
Yeah.
Looking lovely and healthy there. Other ear canal.
Same.
Exactly the same thing. Now, what you can get, now on the last video we talked about the medial and lateral portion of the ear canal, the osseous portion, the bony portion, and the cartilaginous portion, lateral portion. Where those two meet, because obviously they've got to meet somewhere because one's attached to the other, it's called your isthmus. And that's a little sort of almost like a little transition point in the ear canal where that epithelial cell layer, using that pond ripple effect, is moving out. It's transferring from one to the other. So sometimes at that point, you will get a little bit of a lift off that surface layer of skin when you're a cockaboo there.
I was going to say, ooh, that's quite a big piece actually.
It's a long old strip. You can really see it going back into the ear canal there. So at first glance, it didn't look that bad, but when you actually start pulling it out, there's a fair old amount in here.
You can't see those bits that are like up in the attic portion of the ear canal. You can't see them behind the...
And sometimes it's like folded paper, isn't it? When you pull the front, it all sort of stretches out and concertinas out, so it's quite deceptive about how much is in there.
Olive oil's gone in again.
Yeah, back to the fine end.
Yeah,
back to the fine end for this one. Now what you'll see me do here is rather than lifting or dragging, I'm actually making a circular motion, so sweeping around the edge of the ear canal there. And sometimes when you've got a grip on the skin at the top and you sweep it around, it does tend to take it all away.
You can kind of see that's starting to kind of peel down the ear canal as well.
That lift that's going down there, you can see, look how far back that's going from this sort of lateral portion heading down towards that medial portion of the ear canal there. There we go. Guys, if you are